says we're live. Okay, there we go. Wow, that's delayed like crazy. Okay, howdy, ParodyKnaveBob here, and I'm watching the just the stream delay of like 10 seconds ago of like typing out my own stuff. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna try this next entry. Tic-Tac-Toe by ParodyKnaveBob. Oh, that sounds like a loser kind of game. Let's see. Let's read the README. Howdy. Thank you for reading. Well, this person has a nice greeting. In short, this was not originally intended to be a jam entry. I should probably take that into account in my review. I hadn't programmed anything in any language in over a year, but here we are. Vote how you will, but I hope any reviews mind my super rustiness. All right, let's see what this game is about, shall we? Let's see how long it takes to load up. Oh, well, that was fast. Okay. Extra points for loading quickly. What's with this terribly boring gray background? Did you even bother to change the background from the default room? Seriously. All right, tic-tac-toe. 1 player versus 2 player. Apparently you can change stuff, which is neat, but why change the AI settings while it's still on 1P versus 2P? That's kind of silly. Whatever. Okay. E enter game, or restart, T title, and no other controls explained? Don't tell me this is a mouse and keyboard game. Okay. By ParodyKnaveBob, GMC Jam 34, because 26 doesn't work. Why is E not? Oh, because it's not enter, it's E. Wow. Sorry. I can't even read my own instructions. Okay. E. Player X's turn. What if I don't want to play as X? O's turn. Oh, that's right. I get to play as O as well. Okay, so boop. Here. Boop. Well, that was a stupid move, because now O can just block off whatever, because O is already blocking it. Stupid. Okay, so O is going to go across here. X then has to stop here, and O just, of course, here, and then... Oh, ho, ho! X, got it. Shazam! Alright, I don't want to restart that. T for... So, against the AI, why is it called versus Child's Play? Let's find out. X. So, let's go somewhere. And O. Okay, looks like a nice move. Okay, so the reason this is funny is this is the Child's Play mode. That was actually a nice move. You have no idea how nice a move that was. Child's Play. Let me go again and really show what's up here. So I'll go again. I think I'll just go to the same places. Okay, so what you don't realize. Okay, so that was smarter. Yeah, what you don't realize is that it's being on. Surely it's not going to do. Okay, since I don't really understand what's going on there, it's actually being repetitive, like deterministic. This is I did pick Child's Play, right? It's actually blocking me. Okay, it didn't block me that time. So what I'm trying to say is that in Child's Play, it's actually random. Like Child's Play is literally, it just picks any random open square. I'm just saying. Like I've as a joke called it moron mode to someone because I mean it's just it doesn't have any idea how to play in this mode. Do I need to recheck my... Why is it acting like it actually works? Something's gone terribly wrong here. It is not supposed to act like it knows how to play. Okay, so I have a bug. My AI works. Was that it? No, I said back to title, and I don't... And the title just restarts. Yeah. Okay, so this is the makes mistakes mode, where it made the mistake of not blocking there. Now it doesn't always make the same mistake or anything. It's just, well, that was silly of me. So if I go here, I win. No, I don't. But yes, I do. Silly me. I'll try again just to... Okay, so it did block it that time. Yeah. Basically, in this mode, it's like a 50-50 on actually blocking it or not. And let me go. Whereas this, it always defends properly, but it misses stuff. What it misses, since making mistakes and missing stuff is basically the same thing, right? What it misses is the fact that sometimes it has an opportunity to win. Wonder if I can try to give it a setup for that. Okay, let me go here, and it'll just pick some random spot. No? Ha, funny. I mean, it did pick that randomly. It wasn't trying to win. Let's see. It's going to go there. And if I just go here, it'll go... Boop. So it's like 50-50 on whether it will try to... No, in fact, yeah, I'll go here and it'll block me instead of trying to win. See? So it missed the fact it could have gone here and won. And, you know, it would have taken like another line or so to make that work properly, but... We're done. I guess I'll check this afterward before rating this terrible game. I hope you found any kind of enjoyment from that quaint little experiment. Yeah, I guess I got enjoyment from my stupid mode not being stupid. Perhaps you'll find more enjoyment from the source code I've included. I wonder how many of you folks have actually seen I included that. I tried to keep it lasagna, but some spaghetti found its way more near the end. I forgot I wrote that. The usual legal stuff applies. License not owned. Copyright me, you know. YYG did the software that build this stuff, and I guess I could have actually had GameMaker open to, you know, let me just right quickly pull that open. Just kind of, I don't know, you know, I don't guess I have to do that. I guess all I really have to do is pull up entries. I'm not taking a lot of time on this. I just kind of want to make the point here. So, you know, there's README, there's the afterward. Yay, I don't know, Alice, if you had to fix that, or it may, no, I guess not, because it just went in. Anyway, I'm glad that the README actually did the README. So, yeah, here's the Tic-Tac-Toe application, and then there's a Tic-Tac-Toe GameMaker file. I included the source, so you can, I guess I'll go ahead and open it since it's already open anyway. So you can come in and see what I've done here. There's only a mask sprite. I didn't have anything for the X and O or anything like that. I wanted just a touch. I wanted I was trying to make it all vector graphics, but you know, time and all that. So, you know, there's the grid background, and otherwise I didn't want text. I tried to keep that out, so I just used backgrounds for stuff. But eventually, when it came to all the little text on the menu title screen, I realized, yeah, I better go ahead and get some stuff. Oh, and look at that, I only have 1, 2, and 6, and that's why 34 doesn't show up. Because it's there. It's there. Let me off the menu. Yeah, I've got a bunch. How many macros do I have? I don't think a bunch this time. Yeah, just a whole bunch of colors and then a fun little string error that I had for debug purposes. The way I usually go about it is I have one initialization room, so there are my mini enums, and then, you know, go to the next room. I actually was trying to open up the title screen just then, but we'll go with this too. You know, there's that. Player Blink's turn. These are background stuff, and then as you can see, I colorized the grid and also draw the player in there. So here's the menu with a couple. So annoying you can't get the C to work with nothing highlighted. So, you know, you can see I have some invisible objects, just instances doing stuff in here. The menu is a little scrap happy, but I did that last minute in short time, so it's just I wanted to get something in there. Originally this O blank was O marker blank, and it was a child, but I didn't need that, and especially to overcome a certain weird bug where you'd have the blank at the same time existing as the X or O when you do an instance change function. GameMaker, yo-yo. I went ahead and tested, make sure I could pull out the blank from the parent, and it worked out, so I was able to test stuff better with that. Not test, well, like check in game the stuff. What was I gonna pull up? I was gonna pull up the menu for something. Oh, yes. The AI. I was going to show the AI, really. Pause for decide. Yeah, it doesn't take any time at all for it to decide. It's decided in one frame. That's nothing. It's, I mean, less than a frame, really. Okay, prep turn, decide next square. So here's the artificial intelligence. And now I can try to see why in the world. Okay, AI random. It comes straight to this. It should be random. It was like, seriously, it just happened every time to be hitting the wrong one. That's hilarious. That's hilarious that the random one was actually like working and it shouldn't have been just randomly. That's hilarious. Yeah. Maybe not the super cleanest, but yeah, the smarter modes, I had those ready to go. Like, you know what I mean by ready to go. They weren't programmed, but the serious offense, that's where it would have defended and then tried also to do stuff. I didn't have I just knew I didn't even have an ability to just go like hardcore offense to try to trap you. But, you know, hopefully, you know, you can enjoy looking through the stuff. The basic thing here is, you know, if it's the regular defense mode, then just go. But if it's not the defense, then it's going to figure out just on a random flip of a coin whether it needs to do this or not. Otherwise, which is this one? Yeah, otherwise it skips. Yeah, if it's just random, it excuse me, just skips this and goes straight to the random thing. Otherwise, you know, if it works, okay. With the controller, just for the sake of this is where this script needs to run. You know, which, as far as the script, I think it's neat. It checks for stuff in a row. Yeah, 3 all checks for the 3 from where you are, advance 1, then if it's okay, advance. That's right. Actually, for the all, it's from your point. It checks horizontal, it checks vertical, then it also checks both diagonals. And then when you are in this script, this is where the real work is done. Of yeah, this is not a data structure based game. I knew I could have done it that way, and probably would have been a lot easier and simpler. But I wanted to do it by an instance based game. That was kind of the experiment I wanted to do, because originally this wasn't even for the jam. This was just wanted to get the rust off myself. But yeah, horizontal. I'm doing a couple bitwise things, which I I probably I I probably could have done this differently. Like maybe it would have been better as what direct flag. Anyway, I'm trying to say might have been better as up or down flag the sorry to the flags. It might have been. I'm actually not that familiar with bitwise. I know the concept definitely, and and I've used it for a lot of flags and things in a different game that stiff function. But anyway, so yeah, I was just going to say, so when it's doing the position meeting, it checks. It never has to check its own thing, of course, so it just checks one in advance, and then it checks, what is this? Out one, and then it checks back one. So if the first one isn't an X or O, then just, well, you're done. But if it is, then okay, go out one more. But okay, if it is, great, we're done. If it's not, then okay, we know this one is, so let's go back one and try that one. Great. And then I know it could have been a lot more efficient and said, okay, well, now let's just check out one more and that kind of thing. But for the sake of time, because once I was getting the AI going, that's when it was really hitting me. I might actually be able to enter this into the jam if I can get the AI going. And I got the AI going. It's really rudimentary AI, but I don't care. It works. And so I just basically have it like, do the repeat thing. It goes back. It goes backward one time with the -1 on the sign back forth, and then it flips around right here and it does it again. And line perp, that's just doing the perpendicular when it comes to the diagonal. Okay, this is probably enough fooling around with my little thing. Just thought you might enjoy kind of taking a look at what I actually did. Otherwise, each menu script just, it's a very simple system here. Each menu item, it has its label. It has the state of being selected or not. There's also an inoperable state that I eventually just kind of decided not to use and deleted some instances and things. I thought it might get confusing to see some AI options there that were like redded out, because then you might think, oh, maybe I can unlock those. And nah, you can't. So I just told us which script to use, and then it links to another thing. So these two link to each other, and these three link to each other. And then, of course, this way I can just have one menu option object that upon excuse me. Yeah, once it comes in, it's like, all right, count the links, figure out where we are if it's one of these states, and just get out of here. Yeah, if it's already selected, well, you don't want to select it again. If it's deselected, then come on along. Tell all the other options to be deselected. Tell myself to be selected, and then run whichever script you stored in the instance thing. And, you know, if you're someone who's never really used these kinds of great powers of GameMaker, yeah, check it out. It is really neat what all you can do. I didn't have to make like 5, 7, etc. different menu options. I just made one and told it to execute whatever script I stored in its variable during the instance creation. And just for the sake of it, this is kind of also to the new folks looking into things, default info, just in case anything went wrong. Anything that I stored in the creation instance, in the instance creation code, I also first initialized in the object creation code, so that there will always be a string label. It's my little custom error. It says, you know, the name of the ID of the instance plus, excuse me, missing number. But that way it doesn't crash. And index state inoperable, the default is just sits there red and you can't click it. And you know, it doesn't link to any other instance. It's not highlighted. And yeah, all GUI, just tell it draw the label and whether it's highlighted or not. So okay, you can look through all that if you want. You experts, you can look through and just pretty much see my code conventions and see a little bit of the slop that happened by the time the jam was over. Intermediates such as myself, you might be able to learn things. Might also see some of the slop, but also some of the, you know, a lot of the neatness I tried to keep in there. And any newbies, you know, ask anything you like. Like, just ask whatever you want. Overall, this thing's terrible. It's awful. It's just, what's wrong with this? This is so bad. I'm not even gonna rate it. I'm not even gonna put it on the voting. If I were to actually try to do this presentation, it's okay presentation. There's nothing wrong with it. It's clean. There are no sounds. I wanted sounds. I did. I love making sound effects and stuff, and yet every game jam entry I've ever made had no sound. What in the world? The irony. Concept. And it's an okay concept. You know, I mean, it doesn't, there's nothing there with the theme. You know, oh, you press E to enter the gameplay. There's my single point of entry. As I said on the discussion thing, it's more like there are 9 points of entry. So this is probably how I would rate it if I were actually trying to rate it, which I suppose then that would place it, I guess, between Bouncer and Object Stealth. That's probably, yeah. Like I'll just kind of leave it there for the fun of it, for benchmark kind of purposes. But okay. And since, yeah, we'll end on mine tonight. That was fun. Okay. Just for the sake of it, who would be next? The Portal by Micah DS. You'll be, I guess, tomorrow, unless I can't sleep or something, and maybe I come back to this. But I'll probably just play a game tonight if I can't sleep. So, all right. Cheers, folks. Thank you for watching. Let me get what I'm doing here, and I guess we're out of here. Catch you next time. Have fun, do well, be good.